Alright, so this video is about beginner level keyword research for new websites, and I'm going to cover four things. I'm going to explain what keyword research is and why it's important. I'm going to explain the basic tactics. I'm going to explain how to research the competition, and then we're going to wrap up by going over some common beginner mistakes. So let's get started. Keyword research is the process of finding search terms that will drive high quality traffic to your website, and it can be done for both paid and organic search engine traffic. It's important because if you're going to spend any time or effort into getting traffic from search engines, you need to do some research to figure out what keywords you can realistically rank well for and how much traffic you can expect to get from them. You don't want to build a website only to find out that you can't rank well for your most important keywords. Alright, now let's cover some keyword research basics. Google has a free keyword tool that lets you find out how often people search Google for specific keywords. It's widely regarded as the best keyword tool on the web, and for the most part, nobody uses anything else. If you just do a Google search for the term Google Keyword Tool, you'll be able to find it, and it looks like this. I'm going to go ahead and enter the keyword mortgage and hit search. And it's going to find the keyword and show me that there have been 16.6 million global monthly searches for the word mortgage, and locally there are 11.1 million searches every month. Now I've got my location set to the United States. That's just going to default for anybody that's viewing the site from in the US. So the 11.1 million is a nationwide number. I'm going to suggest you use the broad match type over here in your match types. That's what the tool defaults to, and that's going to give you the best overall idea of what the market opportunity is around a keyword like mortgage. If you're not familiar with match types, you can pause the video and look them up, but basically broad match shows you all the searches for keywords that are closely related to mortgage, even if it's not the exact same keyword. Then down here, Google is going to suggest some keyword ideas. It's showing me things like current mortgage rates, home mortgage rates today, and again, it's got the monthly search quantities over here. Now, if you're starting a new site, I would suggest that you don't go after something that is hugely competitive. For example, there's already a lot of sites that have to do with mortgages because there's so much traffic. So you might want to pick something that's not huge. So down here we've got private mortgage insurance with about 33,000 local monthly searches. So I'm going to go ahead and type that in. That might be a more appropriate keyword to go after if you're starting a new site. So yeah, we got about 33,000 searches per month, and then there are some related keywords down here like private mortgage insurance costs. There's about 2,000 people searching that every month, and you get a really good view of what are the keywords related to a subcategory of the mortgage industry, like private mortgage insurance. Right now I'm logged into the tool, so I can see up to 800 keyword ideas. Right now there's 461 for private mortgage insurance. I'm going to suggest that you do go ahead and log in when you're using the tool. If you're logged out, I think you're only shown up to 100 keyword ideas, and there are a few other features that are disabled unless. Alright, now let's start talking about researching the competition. So I went ahead and I took that keyword I was thinking about, private mortgage insurance, and I plugged it into Google and I did a search. So let's look at the organic results. Now all of these links up here in the yellow background are paid results, and the ones below it are the organic. So we've got a .org I'm not familiar with, we've got a Wikipedia page, we've got a bankrate.com page, and we've got two websites that I've never heard of, but they've got something to do with private mortgage insurance in the URL. So there are a bunch of different things you could look at when you're researching the competition, but since this is a beginner's video, I'm just going to show you the two most important ones, and we can worry about the other stuff later. So one of the two things we're going to go into is just the title tag. Now, everybody gets to put one title tag on a web page, and the title tag is the thing that shows up in this blue link here. So this frbsf.org site has their page about private mortgage insurance, and their title tag was private mortgage insurance. So when you're searching for private mortgage insurance, obviously you want to have a page that has in their title tag private mortgage insurance. So it's not a surprise that this web page is ranking #1. And you can see that the other results, lenders mortgage insurance, the basic of private mortgage insurance, they don't put that key phrase as close to the front as this page right here, and that's part of the reason why this website is showing up first in the organic results. The other thing you're going to want to check is the page rank of any particular page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this page. I'm going to wait for it to load, and up here I've got a little toolbar that tells me some information about any web page I'm looking at. But the only thing I'm going to be calling your attention to in this video is this thing right here called PageRank. So PageRank is a system that Google uses to evaluate the importance of any web page, and it's a scale that ranks from 1 to 10, with 1 being less important and 10 being highly important. So right now this page has a page rank of 5. So let's go back and look at some of the other pages. Let's look at the Wikipedia page here. Now the Wikipedia page has a page rank of 4, so you're starting to get an idea of why this is resulting higher than the Wikipedia page. It's got 1 point higher in page rank, and it's got the title tag that perfectly matches the keyword. Now let's look at the Bankrate.com page, and we can see it's got a page rank of 3, which is even less than the Wikipedia page. So again, you get a sense of how Google's doing these. First the page rank 5 page, then the page rank 4, then the page rank 3 page. So really, for now, you would do just fine researching the competition if you didn't learn anything else. If all you focused on was the page rank of the pages that you're competing against and how well they're optimizing their title tag for any particular keyword. Now, mortgage is a really competitive kind of niche, so it's not surprising me that I'm seeing pages of page rank 5 or 4 or 3 showing up here at the top of the search results. In general, something like a page rank 3 would be fairly easy to get if you put in a bunch of work, but something like a page rank of 5 is really hard. Yeah, this site has obviously been around for a while and done a lot of work, so unless you were going to put a lot of time and money and effort into trying to rank well for something like private mortgage insurance, I would suggest that if you're thinking about that, you just by looking at the competition, you might want to choose something less competitive. You might want to choose a keyword where the #1 site has a page rank of, let's say, 2, 3, maybe even 4, but it's going to be tough to compete with a site. Alright, now I made a list of 6 common beginner mistakes, and I'd like to go through them. And the first one is be realistic. Everybody feels excited about starting a new business or a new project, but that initial enthusiasm eventually fades because building up a website is a lot of hard work. And you'd be much better off going after keywords that you actually have a chance of ranking well for, rather than wasting your time trying to go after highly competitive keywords. If you are just one person kind of doing this on the side as a project, I would suggest selecting a main keyword that gets somewhere between maybe 5 to 50,000 searches per month in the Google keyword research tool. That's kind of like a good basic place to start. I know a guy who decided to go after the keyword Indianapolis parking, which gets about 18,000 searches per month in the United States, according to Google. And he's starting small, and because he started small with that not very competitive keyword, he was able to build a successful website that ranked really well, make money, get experience, and now he's moving on to building bigger and better websites. The second is focus on conversions. If you aren't selling anything on your website, or you don't even have any advertising, then this doesn't apply to you. But if you're selling anything, or you have advertising for a product that is very much related to what you're talking about, like let's say a video game website, obviously your advertising is going to be about video games. So you're going to want to rank well for keywords that will lead to conversions either for you or for your advertisers. Let me give you an example. Let's go back to that mortgage keyword. Let's say you are a company that sells mortgages in Madison, Wisconsin. You might at first think that you want to rank well for the keyword mortgage, but that's not actually going to help you very much because people are searching on that keyword from all over the country, and you're only selling mortgage services in Madison, Wisconsin. So a much better keyword as far as driving conversions for you would be Madison, Wisconsin mortgages, and that is going to be a lot less competitive. Also, a key fact here is that multi-word search terms are usually more likely to result in a conversion because the user has a clearer idea of what they want. For example, somebody who searches for bank offering second mortgages in Indiana is much more likely to result in a conversion when they land on a mortgage website than somebody who just searches mortgage. If you're just searching mortgage, you might just be looking for information, and it's just not as focused. Third is don't just go after the highest CPC. So a CPC stands for cost per click, and there are a bunch of lists you can find on the web of the keywords that have the top 100 or the top 1,000 highest cost per clicks, and there are keywords out there like DUI lawyer New York or home owner secured loan that have a cost per click of $25 or $35 or $45. Now, people often want to go after those high value keywords because they can resell the traffic, but it's just not a great idea. Normally because there's very, very little traffic coming through for those super expensive keywords. They're really valuable because they don't happen very often, and they're super targeted to just one kind of service. You want to go after keywords that are related to something that you either have a lot of interest in or you already know very well. The fourth tip is be thorough. Keyword research is the foundation of building an SEO plan. So if you do a lousy job of researching keywords, your site probably won't have great SEO no matter how well you execute it. If you were building a house and you did a lousy job on the foundation, it wouldn't matter how well you built the rest of the house because the whole thing could collapse due to the weak foundation. Now, usually keyword research is really interesting at first, maybe for the first half hour, but it quickly becomes just work. And even for myself, I kind of like this SEO stuff, but after 20 minutes of looking at a new market, it's work. It's not really all that fun for me or for anybody else that I know that does it. Fifth tip is sometimes people make the mistake of targeting the plural rather than the singular. And this happens a lot of the time with e-commerce websites. People think of themselves as selling laptops, but people are much more likely to search for the singular version. For example, if you look at tablet PC rather than tablet PCs, there are about 90,000 searches per month for the singular, and there are only about 5,000 for the plural, because nobody really wants to go out and buy multiple tablet PCs. Most people are thinking about just buying one. And the last tip I have is you need to check how effective your keywords are. You should install some analytics software like Google Analytics on your website so you can check to see how effective your keywords are at driving conversions. Now, if you do a good job of the research, you're going to have a good idea of what looks promising, but you can never really be sure until you start getting traffic from certain keywords and see how people react to your site once they land on it.